Yo, what it is, YouTube? It's your boy DC coming back with another bullseye video here today on the channel. And guys, I wanted to do a vocal cook up for Glokk40Spaz. I love Glokk40Spaz. I love his vocal sound. We're gonna go over it right now. So if you like the video, don't forget down below there's gonna be a link to my website where we have a bunch of free presets and I keep constantly adding to the page. All right, so let's look at this right now and let's go.
My drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard no boy just flagging. One round nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bit like EA Sports. That cat got that knives, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Drink.
All right, so it almost kind of gives me like a Cardi vibe.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. One round nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports.
First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rock out with a CLA 76 because I want that aggression.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. AK got that.
So you see how like early on I'm already knowing what sound I want to go for because I want that that Glokk40Spaz, that aggression. You feel me? I want that. Oh, they ain't lacking, huh? So I use the tone of the artist to try to tell me what should I play into essentially, and I'm gonna actually rock out with a Manny EQ because I just like how this sounds. His voice is still smooth, but it still has like its aggressive spikiness too.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. AK. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around.
I want to bring like a little bit of harshness into his voice. I don't want it to sound too clean. That's what I like about Glokk40Spaz. I might actually just crack on just a tiny bit of air.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. AK got that. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like. Niggas cap, my Glock they match. My drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. AK got that knives, I'm not.
All right, aggression.
Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching, yeah. My drugs in my mattress, I heard his whole gang stacking, I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they.
For this one, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna actually go for a little bit of distortion stomp too. I get a little bit of her.
Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching, yeah. My drugs in my mattress, I heard his whole gang stacking, I heard them boy just flagging. Run around nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports.
See how like I'm gonna subtly blend that in there? Uh-oh, Pro Tools fucking crashed. Pro Tools spazzed out. So far you see we're going for something aggressive. And when you know you have the artist's voice working in a certain way, you already gotta know like, okay, I'm gonna process it this way because that's gonna bring out the aspects that I like in the vocal. All right, so what me just listening to the raw vocal of Glokk40Spaz, I already hear the spike. I already hear the anger, the aggression behind that. So at the end of the day, I gotta play into that. You feel me? I gotta play into the strengths of the vocal and minimize the weaknesses. Like, of course, like at that point of me doing all that extra stuff, it might just start to sound a little bit harsh. You know what I mean? It might start to sound a little bit harsh and everything like that. But that's why you have to push and pull in mixing. You know, you just don't go in one direction. You gotta push and pull. It's a nice little balance between everything. So I'm pulling this thing back up. Glokk40Spaz made the Pro Tools special spaz out and shit. All right, so let's look at what we have right here. This is actually gonna be fun because it looks like what I need to do too is actually go in there and I don't think it saved any of it. So we're actually gonna start all over again from scratch. All right, now we're back. We're back. All right, so first thing that we had was Manny EQ.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got that. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports.
And because he's that bitch and he's saying all these words that have this energy, it'd be a nice little thing if we kind of went in there and we tamed that. We're gonna use a de-esser and also like a silk vocal because I want to have like that super thin digital low end.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life.
Pop out, take his life.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports.
This is like a super exaggerated effect. I'm gonna put it back.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life.
I actually kind of like how that sounds, but I already know how some people are. They're gonna be like, oh, this just sound right, man. Oh.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang.
They want me to play it safe with the vocal preset. Imagine that shit. L2, I like how that L2 sounded as well. And we went for the silk vocal. Let's go for a fresh air. And we're gonna add some other stuff.
Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga. Yeah, my drugs in my.
Niggas cap, on my Glokk they match. My drugs in my match. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. But that bit like EA.
Blow that big. You hear like there's like some distortion and stuff like that. That's why we gotta go back around the corner, you know, like a Uber driver. Let's go back around the corner and let's hit it with a 76 all buttons in mode with the fastest attack possible. And then let's just parallel blend that in.
Niggas capping, brought my Glokk, they matching. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys.
I'm not gonna use the distortion because I think there's plenty of distortion. I think I'm gonna slip in some distortion through the actual effects I'm gonna use.
Niggas capping, brought my Glokk, they matching. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress.
Let's get a little bit more crunchy frequency. Obviously his vocal's super dry, so we're gonna go for a room. We're gonna go for a room sound. And let's use the Manny reverb. I haven't been using different effects lately because it's like, it's rap music. This shit be dry like most of the time, bro. Distorted plate, and let's cut the time on that low.
Niggas capping, brought my Glokk, they matching. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take it.
Niggas cap, on my Glokk they match. My drugs in my match. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. But that bit like EA Sports. AK got that knives, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Draco got that kick, got that starts.
Niggas capping, brought my Glokk, they matching. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like ES Sports. AK got.
Glokk40Spaz. Lee pre-hit. Let's keep going with that. And then I got the ad libs. He kind of got like a little Cardi influence to him too on this tracks.
Niggas capping, brought my Glokk, they matching. Yeah, my drugs in my mattress. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. Yeah, my drawers in my mattress. I heard his whole game stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around there, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. Like AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out.
So I'm gonna use heavy limiting, heavy distortion.
Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. Yeah, my drawers in my mattress. I heard his whole game stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around there, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. Like AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. Yeah, my drawers in my mattress. I heard his whole game stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around there, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. Like AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his. Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. Yeah, my drawers in my mattress. I heard his whole game stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around there, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. Like AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life.
See what else I could put. I'm gonna put the menu reverb on direct insert, and I'm gonna go with that same distorted plate. I'm gonna go with distorted room, something really tight.
Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. Yeah, my drawers in my mattress. I heard his whole game stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around there, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. Like AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. Yeah, my drawers in my mattress. I heard his whole game stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around there, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. Like AK got that knife, I'm not surprised. Pop out, take his life. Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. Yeah, my drawers in my mattress.
Just something super dry and like distorted, something just weird and different.
Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. My drugs in my match. I heard his whole gang stacking. I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got.
I'm gonna turn it off because in this song he didn't even have no reverb on the ad-libs.
Niggas capping, brought my Glock, they matching. My drugs in my match.
I heard them boys just flagging. Run around, nigga, I got that torch. Blow that bitch like EA Sports. AK got that knife.
So it's that super tight and compressed sound with a lot of distortion and really dry. So don't forget, if you guys want to support the channel, you can do that by checking the links down below, checking the website, and grabbing some of those free presets and supporting the channel. I just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of the YouTube family. Make sure you book a mix, do whatever you can, support the channel so I can keep these videos coming. I appreciate you, YouTube gang. I'll see you next time. Peace.